Yeah, no, it's a great question. And, as you know, Phil, one of the holy grails in IT asset management, has really been around how do you really get an accurate CMDB, right? And that's something that the industry has been trying to do for some time, right? Uh, you know, at Semantic, we used to have a product in that area as well, and I knew how hard it was. And so, in my current role, not as a creator of the tool, but as a user of the tools, right? We have tried to see what problems can get addressed when you have accurate CMDB. And I'll give you a very specific example. When we were doing our patching rates for Windows were very good. They were sort of in the 90s, but for Macs, even after we bought tools like Jamf and others, they just refused to move beyond 70. And we could not, we took help from Apple, we worked with Jamf, and we just could not figure out what do you do. And then what we realized is you know, our CMDB is actually the problem because we don't know all because a lot of those Apple devices were what people were bringing from home. Because we don't know all the Apple devices that were there, we could not really patch them. So we could see the patch rate was low, but we could not really get an accurate count of what was connected when, of what version and all. And so when we actually invested in a tool that could create that accuracy, our patch rates for Mac were finally able to go from that 70% to 90 plus percent. And after we struggled on that thing, the year before. And so we have seen real time how this can help. Now you'd say, okay, what's the big deal with patching? Patching is not just something you present to the board, right, and say, okay, this is my patch rate, right? It's the patching forms the essence of security fundamentals, because you cannot, that's the first way you can get breached if you have that. The other bit that happens is when you have good data from an asset perspective, then not only can you patch those machines, you could also make sure that the certificates are getting renewed on those machines as well, which will also increase your, security, makes your security posture better. And so we have seen real time how these things are both a hard problem and once you solve them, actually have very significant and measurable outcomes.